I was born in the early 80s. Back then, there were no mobile phones. I remember a friend's dad had a car phone. It was a real status symbol, a huge brick of a thing. I got my first mobile phone at 17. It had a tiny screen. You could only see one line of text. My next mobile phone was an upgrade to a whole 3 lines of text. We couldn't send photos, though. Text messages were short and creative because we only had 140 characters. So instead of writing, "see you later," we typed CUL8R. And before emojis, we made faces with punctuation. A semicolon and a bracket gave you a winky smile. I didn't even touch a computer until I was about 9 or 10 years old. My early access to information was on a CD-ROM, an encyclopedia called Encarta. I remember my very first time going online, around age 15 or 16. You had to use dial-up internet, and it made this really loud screeching noise, and the landline didn't work when you were online, so your house couldn't receive or make calls. I didn't get my first email address until I went to university when I was 18. At university, I discovered online forums. I'd spend hours chatting and posting. I made some good friends that way. And by the early 2000s, I tried internet dating, which is how I met my husband. But I never grew up with social media the way today's kids do, but I think I may be just as addicted to my phone as they are. Now we have artificial intelligence. I use it all the time, including to make this video clip. I'm excited to see where technology takes us, but also a little scared about how it is changing humanity, and not necessarily for the better. For my own children, their digital world is completely different. They've had internet access from a young age. They got their first phones around 11 or 12, around the time they started walking by themselves to school. They use apps like WhatsApp, TikTok, Snapchat, and Roblox. What really struck me was when my eldest wanted to quit Snapchat. She couldn't because her entire social communication was there. These days, asking for someone's actual phone number feels more personal than asking for their Snapchat handle. Compared to my own teenage years, their experience of growing up online is a whole different world. So it's useful for us to reflect where we have come from and where we might be going with this stuff.